The room was dead silent, but it wasn't the quiet of an empty house. It was the kind of heavy, suffocating silence that happens just seconds before a bomb goes off. Tommaso Cioni stood at the podium, his breath shallow, his hands gripping the wood so tight his knuckles were white. For weeks, the world has been screaming the same question: where is Nancy Guthrie? But everyone, the police, the family, the media, was asking the wrong question. While search parties were exhausting themselves in the desert heat, they missed a single 12-second digital transmission that changed the entire trajectory of this case. If you're new here, subscribe right now for more shocking updates you won't find anywhere else. And because what I'm about to show you, the Pacemaker Evidence, is the red folder that a team of high-priced lawyers has been trying to delete since the night of February 1st. This isn't just a missing persons case anymore, it's a calculated career execution. And by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the nuclear data packet that proves Nancy wasn't just missing, she was being managed. While the headlines were painting a picture of a sweet 84-year-old grandmother who simply wandered off, no one noticed the silent, cold exchange at her lawyer's office just 72 hours before she vanished. This wasn't a tragedy of old age, it was a planned conspiracy. Go back and look at Tommaso's old interviews through a liar's lens. Look at the forced and asymmetrical smile when he talks about Nancy's failing memory. Look at the way his pulse thumps in his neck every time a reporter mentions her estate. Nancy Guthrie wasn't slowing down, she was waking up. She was in the process of a total financial divorce, pulling back millions in assets and leaving Tommaso with a mountain of debt and zero power. Everyone saw a grieving son-in-law. I see a man who realized his golden goose was about to fly away, and he decided to clip her wings. February 1st, 8:42 p.m., the smell of expensive cologne in a kitchen where a struggle just happened. The blue light of a leaking phone at 3 a.m. This is the first breach. A leaked text message from a trusted assistant whose name has been scrubbed from every official police report. The scandal hit the family like a nuclear blast. But here is the twist that nobody, not even the lead detectives, saw coming. The argument everyone heard, the loud shouting that the neighbors reported, that was a distraction. Tommaso wanted that fight to be heard. He needed you to think this was a family tragedy gone wrong, because while the world was focused on the shouting, he didn't want you to find the other thing. He didn't want you to know why the home's high-tech security grid went dark at the exact second Nancy's heart rate spiked to 160 beats per minute. The industry-wide panic started within hours of that security breach. Boardroom meetings were called at 3 a.m. Blacklisted associates began deleting their entire digital histories in a desperate attempt to vanish. This was no longer just about Nancy. It was about the shadow figure who arrived at that house at 9:15 p.m. in a car with no license plates. The social proof of the panic is everywhere if you know where to look. Major industry players, names you know, suddenly went silent. There are reports that a legal gag order was issued to everyone living on Nancy's street. Why the sudden terror? Because an ex-partner who has been silent for 10 years just stepped out of the shadows with an encrypted hard drive. The story isn't about a missing woman anymore. It's about a war that is going to take down names much bigger than Tommaso Cioni. This is a career execution in real time. As I am recording these very words, the Cioni legal team is filing emergency injunctions to have this video taken down and my sources silenced. They are terrified. Why? Because we've tracked a secondary signal to a secret hiding place deep in the desert, a location that doesn't exist on any GPS or official map. This isn't just gossip, it's forbidden knowledge. You are watching the psychological breakdown of an entire dynasty. Tommaso is trapped. He knows the digital footprint of that pacemaker is permanent. He knows that in his world, once the shadow figures decide you're a liability, there is no coming back. You don't just get fired, you get erased. Now we return to the anchor, the nuclear revelation, the Pacemaker Evidence. The logs didn't just record the moment Nancy's heart failed. They recorded a Bluetooth handshake at 9:03 p.m. while Tommaso was telling the police he was miles away at a dinner meeting, his personal phone paired with Nancy's medical device. It is a life-changing discovery. But here is the infinite loop that should keep you up at night. When my source ran the digital signature of the phone that paired with that pacemaker, it didn't belong to Tommaso's personal account. It belonged to a shell company used by a different high-profile celebrity, someone Tommaso was supposed to be working for. The rabbit hole doesn't end with a missing grandmother. It leads directly to a network of power that was funding Tommaso's lifestyle to keep Nancy quiet. The truth is bigger, darker, and more dangerous than any headline has dared to print. They are spending millions to cover this up, but we are the only ones keeping the light on. Subscribe right now for more shocking updates you won't find anywhere else. We are moving into part 2 very soon, where we expose the shadow figure from the desert and the owner of that third phone. Oh, but I need to hear from the community. Is Tommaso Cioni just a puppet, a victim of the massive system he served, or is he the monster who orchestrated the entire management of Nancy Guthrie? Type victim or monster in the comments below. I'm going through the most detailed theories and insider tips to feature in the next update. The truth is coming out. Stay loud.